I want to welcome Vaibhav Bhandari, who is Director of Product Management at Optum Health. And Vaibhav and I have known each other for a number of years, and I wanted to bring him here to talk to you guys about the product development process, particularly lean methodology, and just how to engage with developers, because a lot of you guys will be kind of putting together business requirements and engaging with technical folks. And you don't necessarily have to be a technical person in order to communicate with technical folks. Is that okay? So welcome, Vaibhav, and maybe you can intro yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do. And then
Sure.
Go ahead into it.
Yeah, thanks, Julie. Hi, guys. I've been to a couple of your classes, so you probably know me. You already gave a pretty generous introduction, but I want to let you know who I am. So, my primary day job is working in healthcare. I work with Optum. It's a subsidiary of United Health Group. I run a small product management team, and our day-to-day job is to build products in healthcare around technology and healthcare services. I'm also active in healthcare standards work and work a fair bit with the government, ONC, various groups in healthcare. And I'm an active healthcare blogger, and I have a book program called Self with Health World, which also deals with how do you take care of yourself, how do you kind of look at data about yourself, and primarily around Microsoft Health World and a lot of relevant technologies. Just so you get a feel for me, love everything Northwest, outdoors. And I am also a referee with United States Cycling Federation. So I'm actually going to try and make this as conversational as possible, and you guys can interrupt me, ask questions, but I primarily want to tell you about product in 3 stories. And given that you guys have a very broad set of activities you're doing and a broad set of products you're building, I wanted to kind of respect that and kind of give you a little bit of my experience on these 3 things. So the first thing is I sort of run a hobby mixology event which I call Libar, and I every so often get friends together, which is roughly about once a month, and kind of do mixology, make drinks, and kind of play with all fun things about mixology. But over the course of doing this for a couple of years, I've developed a few products. Or what you're seeing here is the Libar ciders, and you can pass around just to kind of get a sense of what it is. And then I have bitters. So these bitters are and the ciders are homemade, but the recipes are mine. And I kind of went through the whole exercise just to kind of get a feel for what it is like. My primary interest is hobby and kind of getting into friends, family, but I can talk a little bit about what it was like to develop something like that. The second thing I want to talk about, and the second story is, this has been one of my passions for a while, is to kind of build and bring real world together with technology. So I had this concept of building interactive furniture. I'm going to show it to you. This is what I affectionately call Libby. So this is a 2-scale half version of an interactive table. It is interactive in 2 ways. It has a flat acrylic surface. By the way, all of this was made from scratch. And it has these pieces on it. These are chess pieces, but the board or the table surface is a checkered board. So you can change these pieces to different kinds of games, and you can play games on this board. But the most interesting part about this is it has a lot of technology in it. And oh. So Libby has about 6 sensors on board, and it can also connect to your cell phone through Bluetooth. And each of these individual colors and shades are changeable because this is a programmable system. It has sensors for heat, temperature, and as you saw I turned on the light, so it has light. So it has this interesting capability to have this furniture adapt to the light in the room, the temperature in the room, and very specifically different venues like bars can show their Seahawks love with something like this. Or if you go to a trivia night, you can do a whole lot with it. Or if you're at your home, you can do a whole bunch of interesting variations with Libby. So that's Libby. Put her down. So this was designed, fabricated. This was designed over a year, but it was all built in one weekend, and I had a very talented set of folks help me do it. But I'll talk about building a product, something like this. We kind of were very conscious about the cost of this. So with all the electronics and everything, we kind of had the cost for this like $150. And when we actually, so the real life size of this would be exact scale but double. That we want to sell it for $300. So went through costing everything for this. And it's all laser cut, so the designs are very precise, so on and so forth. So it's kind of an interesting exercise. And the third story I want to tell you about is Review. I won't tell you, but maybe demo Review to you as a functional prototype. So this is Review. So this is something which I worked with Yoli over a period of 5 weeks or something like that, and we took her idea from what she had to actually building a prototype. So this is a complete function prototype, but I also want to talk about how do you get to this in 5 weeks, right? I just want to quickly show you what it can do. Like, hey, you can search for a product. I don't know why. But so this is currently hosted on a system which is pretty low power, so it's spinning. Okay, cool. Alright, so Susan added this review for United. So the idea is someone can look at this review and call, or I myself can log into this system and submit a review. So just want to show you the functionality for this. I can sign in using Facebook, so I'm actually just signed in using Facebook, and I can add a review. So it asked me to log into my YouTube, so I'm just gonna maybe pick my YouTube. I guess it's not working there. So I'm not gonna show that one. Right. So I can look at my account, what kind of things I can change, password, very basic, like nothing fancy, but how do I want to be paid through a check or a PayPal account? Am I available to take a call or not? I can make myself unavailable. But if I am available and I kind of go to the review homepage, you will see that any of the reviews I have here